This is Sparta!
Happy freaking Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm excited to be here, and I'm also excited to see so many people already piling in the chat. There's like 10 different live streams going on right now, but you have decided to be here hanging out with us, hanging out with me on a Wednesday. So round of applause for you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and do a quick shout out in the chat. I swear Marco is always the first person to comment on my live streams, to get in the chats. Shout out to Marco. Thank you for being a channel member. Neil McKenzie joining in as well. We've got Colby Venable, James Alton. We've got Jim Miller. Welcome in, Jim. Thanks for being a channel member. James Alton, thank you for also being a channel member. Oh my goodness, Oreo Dave in the house. He says, good evening, Rollshambo, and you fine folks, a Wednesday when I'm still awake. Listen, these live streams are late. You guys know that. And I appreciate everybody, especially Oreo Dave. I know it's late there on the East Coast, brother. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you. A local legend, Oreo Dave. He's everywhere. I see him in all the live streams. So it's good to see him, man. We've got Joseph S joining in as well. Let's see. I just don't want to miss anybody. Oh my goodness. Bluminati Ninja coming in right out of the gates with the 5 gifted memberships. Brother, thank you. Thank you so much. And welcome in, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. We appreciate it for sure. Shout out to Charles Wooden, another channel member. Thanks for being a channel member. Nick EDCR, another channel member in the house. My guy, Mr. Prosthetic, as well. Let me see. I skipped down. Hey, welcome in, Bangkok Mark. Josh 33025. B Walsh. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Brian Kerr. Thomas McDonald, Dwayne Letterman, Fook Doozle in the house. Welcome in, Be Devious. Guys, so like live stream got started a little later than normal. Like I'm 2 minutes late, and you might be thinking, who cares? It's 2 minutes. Who cares, right? I care. I am religious about making sure that my live stream is starting, at least on my end. There's a little bit of a delay, but that it's starting on my end no later than 8 p.m. And today I realized like I switched my my music services around, and it's a small thing. Like I know that you guys don't care if I have background music on or not. I get it. You know, like I'm one of the only live streams that does sound effects. One of the only live streams that has music. I mean, there are others, but these things bother me if they're not there. And so like at the last moment, I realized I am not set up the way that I'm normally set up, and it makes my brain freak out. I can't help it. It's just how I am. A shout out to Mike Morgan. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you. So yeah, that's why I'm like 1 or 2 minutes late. But important question. Now that we've calmed down, now that I've calmed down, I'm sure you guys are calm, but now that I've calmed down, what did you carry today? Today, this was in my pocket. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Spydercos. This is my Blade Ops exclusive Spyderco PM2. And even though it is modified, it is still all American, baby. We got the rock scale design critter scales with the MXG deep carry titanium pocket clip. The purple hardware. I'm not going to call this Anno because I don't think that the hardware, the titanium hardware from Rockscale is Anno. I don't think it is, because Anno does this thing where you get the oils from your hands on it and it makes the color dull. That doesn't happen with the colored titanium that Rockscale uses. And I don't know how they do it. If you know, let me know, because they're not saying, and Rockscale on their website does not mention what they do to get the color. We all assume that it's Anno, but I know that it's not. Anyways, this beast was in my pocket today. And the problem with this knife is every time I carry it, it reminds me just how good it is and how I could probably just live with this in my pocket all month and be completely fine. It's absolutely beastly with the saber grind. The factory edge bevel is super slicey. It's ridiculously slicey. But guys, today we're going to do something that I didn't really do last Saturday during the live stream on Saturday, and that is we're going to get into the Discord pocket checks, because channel members, especially you new channel members who were just gifted a channel membership, go on over to my community tab, because in the members community tab on my YouTube channel, you should find an invite link to the members only Discord. You don't have to stay a member to keep access to that Discord. So if you want in on the Discord, make sure to head on over there and join in. A shout out to Chef Rocky in the house. Welcome in, Chef. Man, we got 40 people in here already. Great night. Fook Doozle says, I actually can't stay watching a movie with the wife. Just saw an email that I got a gift membership, so popped in to say hi. Thanks for dropping in, Fook Doozle. Enjoy the movie, man. Chris229, good to see another channel member. A Backwoods Blades. How's it going, man? Welcome in. So yeah, we're going to head on over to the members only Discord and wait for it. Wait for it. Bang. There it is. Pocket check. If you want your pocket check to be featured on the live stream, make sure you head on over to the Discord. Almost everybody in here is a channel member. If you're not, consider it. This is one of the perks of being a channel member. So you get in on the Discord fun. And there is some catching up to do. So I'm just going to scroll up here. And as you can tell, we have a blast here in the Discord. Shout out to all my guys in the Discord. First thing, I gotta scroll up because there's some good stuff. I'll start off with this. Is it just me? I think I'm a sucker for a matching carry. You know, that's the Woburn X0 and the titanium Kubi Titius. And they just look so good together. Look at that. The raw titanium. They're both titanium with the pops of blue. I can't help it. I'm a sucker for that. It's funny. I take like 20 photos before I finally get a good one worth sharing with people. People are like, oh, you know about cameras. Self-taught. But if you take enough photos, eventually you will get a good one, I promise. That was my weekend carry. Oh my goodness. Jim Miller coming in hot with the 5 gifted memberships. And shout out to another new 5 connoisseurs and collectors. Current members, welcome them in. Oh my goodness. Good to see everybody getting in on the channel members. And Jim, thank you so much for your generosity, man. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah. So guys, that was my Saturday. That was my Saturday carry, the Woburn X0 and the Kubi Titius. But I've noticed something. My guy Ed, he also has this thing for matching carries. Check out that carry. The red theme on that is crazy. I have no idea who makes that wallet, but I kind of want one. That is a great carry. I love the red on the black. That's pretty sweet. Nice carry, Ed. Thank you for sharing. And then Joe came in hot, putting the mirror polished edge on a knife. And you know what? I gotta say, like, that used to be my thing. I used to put mirror polished edges on everything just because it's always satisfying. You know, it's kind of like going down the rabbit hole, but chasing the mirror polish. And the problem is that you think you've got it, and then you shift the blade a little bit to one side, and you're like, I can still see the scratch pattern. Back to the stone we go. So I have massive respect for people that do mirror polishes and do them well. They work really well with some steels. All right, and we're gonna catch up with Jim. Jim's got the Ontario Rat. I like that. That there at the bottom is a Brass Brigade fixed blade. He's got the Ontario, both Ontario Rats. Nice. Jim's always got a solid carry, and it's a sensible carry too. I like that. Looks like somebody got in on a Winter Blade Factor Batch 3. That's always exciting. Getting to unbox, to experience a new Winter Blade. And the man, Brian Winters, is insane. The things that he does, and whether you like his designs or not, you absolutely have to respect Brian Winters of Winter Blade, because he's doing stuff that people in the knife industry just don't do. And you have to respect it, because, for example, I saw on his Instagram the other day, he's got a double action out the side auto that he's going to be sharing with people at Blade Show. You know, typically we reserve double action for out the front knives. You know, you hit the button, pops out, hit the button, comes back. But it's out the side. Will it work well? I have no idea. Hopefully I get an opportunity to handle it. But I'm just saying, like, we as a community should be very grateful for Brian Winters for pushing the limits of not only what is acceptable, but what is really cool. And it's going to bring the whole design game forward for pocket knives. And I really appreciate that. Joe, yesterday, Joe carried the Three Amigos. That's a Vosteed mini nightshade. That's a Spyderco Little Native. And then, hey, I've got one of those, the Devo Nip. We've got the same one, the Purple Nurple. Great fifth pocket carry, guys. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's been getting demolished as far as carry time, because I just can't get this out of my pocket. This is my only slip joint, but it lives in my pocket. It's the QSP Hedgehog. So much where I might actually sell my Devo Nip. Keep your eyes peeled. This one might actually be up for sale. Not because I don't like it. I actually love this knife, but because it's just not getting carry time. So if you missed out on one of these, let me know in the chat. Would anybody be interested in picking up a Devo Nip? The Purple Nurple edition? I like it. Might sell it. We'll find out. We will find out. What's going on? There we go. A shout out to Kevin C. And welcome into Anaso. He says, hello to those who tagged me. Chat misloaded, so I lost some stuff. At least you're here, bro. At least you're here. And looks like we got Autumn Wild joining in as well as Dang Ross, channel member. Thanks for being a channel member. Ed B says that the wallet is Sermon Brands. We're going to scroll back up here. So this is, okay, yeah, I see the SB. I'm going to have to look them up. That looks quality. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Look at Jim's carry today. Is that a sencut Wataga? I always get the sencut knives mixed up. They're all named after like cities or counties in Texas. To my Texan friends, I'm sorry. You guys have some crazy city and county names. I like that Finch, the Finch. Is that what is that? 1928? It's named after a year, and it was Finch named that knife after the year that they created the Grand Tetons National Park, I think. It's crazy. I can't remember the name, but I can remember that little tidbit. It's been a week. Forgive me. All right. Let's see what else. James Alton coming in hot with this one. Ooh, that's I know that's a rake. That's how you pronounce it, right? It's R-U-I-K-E. And that they pronounce it rake. I don't know the name of that model. There's too many. There's too many models. Got a good slip joint in there, or is that considered like a canoe style? I think that's considered a canoe. I'm over here just showing my ignorance. Like, guys, I look at so many knives. There's no way I could keep them all straight. I wish I could. But yeah, channel members, if you want your pocket check to be featured on the live stream, either this one or the next one, head on over to the community tab on my channel. There should be an invite for the members only Discord. And we do more than just share pictures as well. We do chat. And also for those of you who wanted a copy of my Steel Snobs chart, the Steel Snobs comparison chart, that's where it's at. That's how you get it. You go on over to the Discord, hit up the Steel Snobs channel, and then at the bottom you can see that you can actually download it as an Excel sheet. So there you go. Channel members, if you want it, there it is. Barbarian Bronny says, how do we join? The link is expired. We'll fix that. I didn't know that these links expired. What's going on? It must be amateur hour. I'm dropping the ball all over the place, but you know what? Let's do this. We're going to invite people. Give me a second. And I'm setting it to never expire. So hang tight. I'm going to pull this off screen here for a second. And we're going to figure this out. I could have sworn I set the last one to not expire, but easier said than done, right? All right. And we're going to post this to all channel members. And join the members only Discord here. All right, guys. New invite link sent out. There we go. There we go. And you best believe that one's not expired. So there you go, friends. Join the members only Discord. Get your pocket check featured. Also, hang out and chat. Kick back, grab a beer, grab a soda, whatever you're into. Whatever you're into. Chef Rocky says, I'll hang tight your face. Wait, that makes no sense. Hang loose? Is that well, I don't know. Is it the 1929? Jim Miller says it's the 1929 on the Finch. Nice. I knew it was one of those years, and it's the year that the Grand Teton National Parks were established, right? That's the story, or at least I'm pretty sure that's the story. Brian Kerr says, has anyone ever bought one of the TSA boxes on eBay? If so, are they worth it? So I've actually looked into these, and the answer is sometimes. It is worth it if you understand that you could be getting like a million $20 gas station knives, or you could get one where the one dude forgot that he couldn't carry his Hinderer XM18 on the plane. It's not uncommon for those TSA agents, by the way, to go through those boxes and kind of nab what they want first, especially if there's any knife fanatics that get their hands on them. So I would just say be cautious. Be very cautious. I've heard stories that some people have been very successful, extremely successful. And then I've heard that, you buy, 4 or 5 of those TSA boxes, and you get nothing but duds. It might be a fun video to do one of these days. Invest in a TSA box and see if we can find some grails. Searching for grails. Shall we go on eBay right now and see if we can find some TSA boxes? TSA knife lot. Let's see. Can we eyeball it? Is that a thing? Marco says, roll the dice. I agree. sometimes it's just fun just to find out. If I was to do this for an episode, it would be pretty fun to just like go through, see if we can find anything of value, and then just give everything away. You know, some people might end up with some crazy stuff, or we might end up throwing, you know, trash knives away. Who knows? This one is a lot of 4+ pounds of various brands. Can we oh yeah, look at that. We got a premium one right there with the marijuana leaves. I mean YouTube, don't take this live stream down. That's the Canadian leaf, right? You know what it is. We're zooming in here. This is the problem is that you zoom in, but you don't really see a lot. So you got to be careful. Especially when sometimes it says that the pictures are just general pictures and that they're not actually what's shown, that it could be a random variation. But you never know, right? Underneath this pile of knives, there could be some gold. I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot, at least in this one, that's giving me any hope. Look at that. Cookies. The Cookies brand. Guys, we found our cookies. I said there'd be cookies. There you go. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Cookies. What are the odds? I'm just not... You could get one. You could get a Swiss Army knife with a beat up wood handle that says Vincent. Is there a Vincent in the chat? If so, this could be your knife. Oh man. So this one, I don't have a whole lot. I do not have a whole lot of faith in that one. What about this one? Oh, they're brave. They actually spread these out on the table. They're like, check this out. We've got the Primo DeWalt. Oh man, is anyone seeing anything? Do you see anything of value here? $158. The question is, if you were to have all of these knives brand new, would they have all cost $158 brand new? I don't know. I have a hard time believing it. Maybe. I mean, it's possible. There's got to be something in here that's a rare something or other of value. I don't understand why this has 32 bids. How? Is there like a rare Leatherman on here? What is going on? $158? Are you serious? Oh, that's got to be it. They've got the knife from Cat. Yeah, that's probably why. Angelo says, "Are they really TSA?" Who knows, man? Or did they just go around and, you know, like pick these out of the couch cushions of people's living rooms? That's what I want to know. Hey, shout out to Mark Barks. Thanks for being a channel member, Mark. Yeah. Dang Ross says, "I wonder what's the reasoning behind having to be a mod to see profiles. It seems silly." Do you have to be a mod to see profiles? I have no idea. Or are we talking about the Discord? Because again, I have no idea. I'm not really that big on Discord. I decided to put one together for channel members who wanted to interact some more, you know, off screen. Barbarian Brawny says, "All them credit card tools." Yeah. Oreo Dave says it's expensive to ship that box of knives based on the weight. No. Yeah. Yeah. Did they list the shipping? Wow. It is 1 cent of shipping. I mean, I guess when they're going for $158, half of that's got to be the shipping, right? Maybe there's gold in them hills. Like, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Storage Wars. Have you guys ever watched Storage Wars? I think that's like on like the Discovery Channel, where they, you know, they bid on these storage, you know, things, the storage, walk-in storage containers, whatever, the people have abandoned. You buy them in auction, and sometimes it's a complete bust. Sometimes they find some really good stuff. Like vintage firearms and, you know, lock boxes with, you know, whole coin collections worth more than the building. But I gotta see, like, what is the craziest one on here? I'm just not seeing any reason to buy any of these. Hunting Fool. Well, apparently he was if he got it confiscated by the TSA. Okay. Cobalt. Like, these all looked like they were bought at truck stops. I'm not seeing... There's a Walther brand. I like their sidearms. Not sure about their knives. $71? Really? Maybe it's this guy. Is this one like super rare? Is that a super rare slip joint? Are you guys noticing any gems sitting out here? Like, why is this going for $71? Like, there's got to be something here, right? What's making people bid on these? I don't get it. $95 plus. $95 plus TSA confiscated pocket knives. Please read. All right, I'll read. The description says, okay, we have 95 plus items from a TSA auction. Here's what you're not getting: 5 or 10 randomly selected items. You're also not getting a bunch of junk. Please look at the pictures and see the brands. These are your items. Well, they claim that it's not junk, but let's do as they say. DeWalt. I mean, would you buy that? Like, would you buy that all day, twice on Sunday? What about that one that's obviously not American made, even though it has the American flag on it? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's not junk. Listen, Ralph, it's time to clean out the attic, buddy. We don't have space for your truck stop knife collection anymore. Who does this? Who does this? I mean, obviously it's working. $158. Somebody's buying these. I wonder if those are there's got to be something of value in here that I'm missing. Somebody sees the value. I don't get it. Do they resell each one on eBay for like $3? Or do they just pick it up for the steel and do like some steel recycling? I'm not sure. Marco says these are convention giveaway knives. Barbarian Brawny says Ozark Grails. Oh man. Yeah. Mike Morgan says Canadian border is where you want to work. Let all the cheap ones through. Let the keep the hinderers and CRKs. There you go. Like, yeah, we'll let your Smith & Wesson pocket knife through, but that, you know what, that's Sebenza's. Sorry. Shouldn't have come with the good stuff. B. Walsh says 20 knives for $71. That's all my Christmas shopping done in one place. There you go. Mike Morgan says it's a bag of disease. It's not junk. You know what? when someone says, and this is just something that I've noticed, right? I learned this over time. Whenever you're looking at buying something and they have to talk about how premium it is, usually it's the opposite. Don't take my word for it. Go to the nearest dollar store and see how many brands, like super knockoff brands, they're selling, and the labels say something about gourmet this or super premium that, but it's absolutely not. I mean, listen, I don't hate on Fabuloso, but you can buy it at the dollar store. It would probably, kill cancer. I don't know. Tori Casey says, wouldn't waste my time or money. Would rather buy a nice knife or part of a nice one. You know what? This $158 will get you an Oz Machine Company Roosevelt pocket clip. Rather have that. Why not? Chef Rocky says, how dare you mention Christmas this early? Bad form. I've been called the Grinch because I'm one of those people that believes that you should not talk about Christmas before Thanksgiving. I don't know why, it just bothers me. Like, Thanksgiving is highly underrated. You got the turkey, the gravy, the mashed potatoes, but you're thinking about putting up those Christmas tree ornaments, aren't you? Maybe I am the Grinch. Anaso says, all right, boys, time for me to head home. I have a metric ton of laundry to wash and fold. At least I can watch down my YouTube backlog. All right, brother. Thank you for joining in. Good luck with your laundry. We'll catch you on the next one. Barbarian Brawny says, speaking of premium, I've got a CRKT in my hand with M390 steel. Nice. CRKT's been doing some pretty good stuff this year. I feel like they're turning over a new leaf, or at least they're trying to. Some of their new designs, you can definitely tell that they're listening to the community. We're going to have to check them out. I'm hoping to get a few on the channel. I just don't know what or when, but we will check them out this year. Mark my words. Josh says, Fabuloso blows engines if you watch Neutral Drop on YouTube. Yeah, Fabuloso it's nuts. James Alton says, make $316 selling them at the flea market for $5 each. Now that, I knew there was a reason. That is a hustle. You know what they do? They probably clean up the blades, like disinfect the handles, because you don't know where it's been. You don't know whose grimy pockets the TSA pulled that, lot of 95 quality knives. Just check the brands. We're not selling you junk. What do you know about this DeWalt Pocket Life? I don't know. John Blackman says 420 HC versus 8CR 13 MOV. I don't think I've ever actually compared those two. Let's do this. I'm going to pull up my Steel Snobs steel comparison and we'll take a look. I think they're both on there. Pretty sure. Hold the phone. I gotta find it. I always put it in the wrong place, then I have to find it. All right. Boom. So here we go. And you know what? We'll do this. We'll zoom in for the people in the back. All right. So what was it? 420 HC and 8CR? 420 HC. Boom. And 8CR. Boom. So 8CR and Oz 8 are very, very similar as far as how they perform. So I kind of lumped them together. 420 HC has a rating of 9 for toughness, which is pretty damn good. Oz 8 or 8CR has a toughness of 6. So it's decent, but it's not that good. It's 8CR is going to have the edge when it comes to edge retention, and it is going to have very similar corrosion resistance. So the question that I would say is, why wouldn't you rather have 420HC? You do get better toughness. The edge retention is nothing to write home about, but it's not on 8CR either. And you do get, the edge on corrosion resistance. So yeah, all day I would take 420HC over 8CR 13 MOV, at least if they're both heat treated properly. Also, you can make up a hell of a lot of edge retention with the right edge geometry. That is in fact the way to go. And oh my goodness, shout out to Chef Rocky with the $5 donation. Rocky, thank you, man.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Rocky says, check out my mail call for this week via Discord. Love you, Jolene, my baby cakes, and love you and yours. Love it, man. Love it. Let's check it out. Let's head on back over to the Discord. How can I not? Is this in the pocket check? Here we go. Chef Rocky coming in hot with the Hawk Deadlock.
Certified badass.
Are you freaking kidding me? The Hawk freaking Deadlock?
Certified badass.
My goodness. Now that is a flex and a half. The titanium Hawk Deadlock. In Magna Cut. The Model C.
I think I saw it on one of his live streams. You found 3 leatherman juices at a gun show.
Why do you do this to me?
Listen, the juice have been continued.
Congratulations, man. What a mail call. And those aren't cheap at all. You guys probably already know this. Those Hawk Deadlocks are, $2-3 grand, right? And I guarantee there's no blade play on that either. Jeez, what a flex. What a flex. Congratulations, man. That's fantastic. Chef Rocky also coming in hot with is that the Devo Stout V2 with the Vanax? So I was actually going to talk about this today. They're doing another drop on White Mountain Knives. That is sexy. Look at that two-tone finish. Did all of this come in the same mail call? Jeez. Hey, shout out to Oreo Dave, channel member for 14 months. He says, hi, Chef Rocky's wife, Jolene. Shout out to Jolene. Hello. Devo Nip. We've got the 3 TRM Holy Nerd. And what is that chef's knife? That looks, I can't read that. And I'm not a connoisseur of chef knives. I'd love to be, but I can only imagine that is a super nice chef's knife. That looks very, very expensive. Let me know in the chat, Rocky. What's the damage? What's the damage to the wallet on that chef's knife? What is that? I gotta know. What am I missing out on? That is one hell of a haul. Dear Lord. My goodness. Ooh, we got Barbarian Bronny checking in on here as well. Check that out. He's got the Demko 80 20.5 with the notorious EDC beer bomb. Bronny always takes some of the best photos, guys. If you don't know this, Bronny has his own channel, and you better check him out. If you like quality photos, if you like quality video, I play at this stuff. I'm self-taught with the lighting, with the camera settings, with all of that. I do my best to make it look good. Bronny is a beast when it comes to the photography. So good. I could learn a couple things about photography. In the meantime, I'll just be in Photoshop using the AI generative fill. For those of you who work with Photoshop, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, check that out. That's great. That looks fantastic. Love it. So good. It's so good. And check this out. Mark P's coming in with the McNeves. Is that the Mac 2.5? That's a great carry right there. Good photo, too. I like that. Out in the woods with the McNees. Bronny's coming in with more. Look at that. Nobody makes a CRKT look sexy like you do, Bronny. Nobody. But that's what I mean, is like you have to respect what CRKT is doing, because they are truly trying to listen to the community, unlike Zero Tolerance. CRKT doing some great things. That looks great. Yeah. Fantastic. He's got the pirate loot. The doubloons. I'm digging it. Guys, if you missed it, if you came in late, head on over to the YouTube community tab. If you're a channel member, get in on this Discord thing. I will go ahead and feature your pocket check, your carry, or just hang out. Let's see. Chef Rocky's got a... what? No. No. Please tell me that's not the same one that you were showing me in... That's not the same one from the mail call, is it? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, man. That would make me very sad to find out that your Hawk Deadlock got demolished. Damn. Hey, shout out to Michael Upchurch. Says, sup guys, gotta hit the sack soon. Thanks for being a channel member. Thank you for dropping by, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. Chef Rocky says, look up the most expensive chef knife in history. Don't tempt me. I will do it. The most expensive chef knife in history. All right, Google. So, according to Google, if you Google the most expensive chef knife in history, it comes up with the world's most expensive chef knife, and that is certainly the case when it comes to the Japanese chef knife designed by German knife maker Nesmuck. In fact, coming in at an eye-popping 100,000 euros, this knife deserves a place at some of the world's most well-protected museums. All of a sudden, replacing a Hawk Deadlock, not so bad. I'm just kidding, but I really hope that was not actually, that didn't actually happen to your most recent pickup, man. That would make me very sad. Check this one out though. The Demko 8020.5 with, is that Mokatai? Looks great. The Tonto version. Chef Rocky says Lefty EDC was reviewing it, sent it back, USPS broke it. I remember hearing about that. That was last year though, wasn't it? Wasn't that almost a year ago? Did he just replace it? Was that the one? He didn't mention, or at least I didn't know that was yours. That's rough though, man. I hope the one that you got in the mail today was the replacement. If so, congratulations on getting it back. That would break my heart to see a smashed up Grant and Gavin Hawk Deadlock like that. So hopefully the one we see in the pictures is the replacement and not the one before you sent it. Todd Carr says, pocket change. Hold on a sec. All right. I'll hang tight or hang loose. Either way, we'll be here. Jay Korskin, and how's it going, man? Dang Ross says bedtime. Dang Ross, thanks for joining in, brother. We will check you on the flip side. Have a good rest of your night. David Helka says the Tonto version of the 80-20.5 is the best looking one in my opinion. I disagree. Now, this is all subjective, right? They have 1,000,001 blade shapes because nobody agrees on everything, especially when it comes to blade shape. The Tonto one looks like it has the cutting geometry of a hatchet. I'm gonna call a spade to spade. I believe the cutting geometry on that doesn't look great. I could be wrong. I haven't held one, but I know what the one on mine with the regular drop point looks like. I had to lay that edge back quite a bit to get it to actually slice to my specifications. But the one that I think looks the best, hold the phone. We're going to go here and we're going to go to DLT because they still have them available. And I don't know why they haven't sold, if people just didn't like them or if they actually made enough for once. Let's do this. The Demko Shark Cub. The one that I think actually looks the best is going to be either the slicer or specifically the clip point on the Shark Cub. I'm a sucker for a good clip point. That looks clean. Titanium 20 CV, $250. This has got to be the best deal on a Demko anything for these materials. Everything else with 20 CV and titanium is going for like $350 minimum, $300 minimum. AD 20.5. I'll prove it. Grivery. There's got to be a titanium version somewhere. Maybe it's on Blade HQ. Ooh, the Chris Reeve Menandi available? No way. Demko AD 20.5. All right. So where's the titanium ones? I have a point to prove. Where is it? Where is it? They're around here somewhere. Yeah. Well, when they're available, the 20.5 with the titanium handle scales and like 3V is $300. But I digress. I'll drop it for now. The Smoke Ultim Shark Cub. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not yellow, so I don't hate it. And it's going to be lighter, $210, 20 CV. I might have to check one of these out this year. Maybe not the one in the Smoke Ultim. I'll keep it 100% with you right now. I most definitely want the one with the titanium. No regrets here. Barbarian Brawny says, I think CRKT should do what Civivi does and have a higher end like we. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think that they should have a whole division that does nothing but American-made knives. They've proven that they can come out with American-made knives. Even if they're having someone else in the United States do the OEM work. Like let's say they contract out to Hogue or, hear me out, Chapman Lake Knives. Chapman Lake Knives has some of the best fit and finish of an American-made knife manufacturer that I've ever encountered so far. And people are sleeping on them, and I don't know why. CRKT, you need to have a premium brand that only does American-made. You know what? You could probably just buy ZT from Kershaw. Let's just do that. Just buy ZT, resurrect ZT, and be like, you know what? You used to be great. We're going to make it better now because we actually listen to the community. I'm sorry. I know there's probably some ZT fans in here, but ZT dropped the ball a long time ago, and they just never came back from it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Lone Star Talboy says, materials aside, the Shark Cub could be switched out with the Mini Recon 1. Of course, the lock and the blade steel are different. It's a good point. You make a decent point. Blade Carry says, Survive Knives OEM for the win. Survive Knives? I'm not familiar with them. Chef Rocky says, Cub is on the way to me from Rob's Nerdy Knives. Nice, man. Jim Miller says, the Chapman Lake Knives button lock is stunning. I'm about to send this one back to them, and I don't want to. I really don't want to. I haven't fiended over a button lock like this in so long. I'm very grateful that they loaned it to me to check out, because you just can't, like, I just can't go around buying $500 knives whenever I want. You know, to get a knife like this, I'd have to sell a few things in the collection to make it happen, because that is quite the expense. But I gotta say, this is the most impressed I've been with a button lock ever. And if you do order from Chapman Lake Knives, like I don't have affiliate status with them or a discount code or anything, guys. I don't get anything if you buy something from them. So I don't have a dog in that fight, but I will say this. It's really cool that they make these to order. Yes, you wait a little bit. You wait, I want to say it's like a 2 to 4 week wait period or something before they ship it. But they'll make it to order. They'll anno it to your specifications. And if you want DLC coating, they'll do that for an extra $50. So instead of $500, it's $550, but you get DLC. And the anno work is fantastic. Chapman Lake Knives, fantastic job. They were in the chat when I was doing a live stream with Lefty, and there might be a Devo Knives Chapman Lake Knives collaboration. I'll blow my top off if that happens. Are you kidding me? We were giving them all sorts of hell about only having a button lock, because both Lefty and I are on the same page when it comes to, it's really hard for us to be impressed by button locks anymore, because it seems like everyone just came out with a bunch of button locks, and it can be underwhelming after like the 30th or 40th or 200th button lock that you check out. A shout out to Blue Minotti Ninja gifting 5 more memberships. Blue's making sure everybody can get in that Discord who wants in.
Oh, yeah.
You're my boy, Blue. Thank you so much for your generosity, man. And welcome into the new connoisseurs and collectors of all things sharp and shiny. Guys, give everyone a warm welcome. Oreo Dave says, Chapman Lake Knives are beautiful. Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. I had high expectations when I reached out to them and asked them if I could borrow one. And I got to say, I'm not disappointed at all. At all. It's going to be a shame sending this back. But I am very, very grateful for the time that I could spend with this one. It's on my list for knives to get in the near future. David Viking Troll says, I still prefer button locks to frame and liner locks. No idea why the latter two are still standard. So button locks do have some advantages. The first is that your finger is always out of the way of the cutting path. The second is that they're easier to use ambidextrously if you are left or right-handed, which, by the way, since these are made to order, Chapman Lake will 100% set this up for a left-handed carry. So they're safer in general, but the issue is that there's far more button locks that fail something like a spine whack test, which a lot of people tell me that they care about. I don't care about spine whack tests because that's not how I use my knives. I'm not going to be placing extra force, blunt trauma on the spine of my blade on my pocket knife. If I'm batoning with a knife, I'm going to have a fixed blade. Or, like a hatchet. Just get a hatchet, guys. The argument is always, well, what if I'm cutting and it gets hung up on something and I go to pull it out and then the lock fails? every time you do a spine whack test, you are putting a jolt of energy on the spring, on that plunge lock, that gives it the opportunity to compress. And so the way that companies are fixing this is they're just coming out with stiffer springs in the plunge lock. And sometimes they're stiffer, sometimes they're not. Sometimes you could just get your own spring that has a higher tension than what these come in, and just do the damn thing yourself. But they're getting a lot more attention for failing button locks than they are frame locks or liner locks. And I'll tell you guys a little story, and it's one that kind of hurts, because I had a giveaway knife, and it was a knife that I reviewed, and it was a knife that I tested, I carried, and I never had any issue with the button lock whatsoever. And there was a viewer who won the knife on a giveaway, decided to give it away. The next thing I know, they get the knife and they're sending me a picture, and their hand, like their fingers cut open. And he's like, and the button had exploded out of the knife. Keep in mind, when I had it, it was fine. I deployed it a couple hundred times, no issue. On his first deployment, the button failed. And I felt absolutely awful. He didn't ask for me to send a replacement, but I did send him a replacement knife. And I took down my video of the knife that I reviewed. I'm not even going to mention the knife here, because in my review, I tested it and it was fine, but it failed when it got to its destination. And I felt awful, because if I ever give a knife away, I don't want it to hurt whoever receives it. You know, that's the last thing I want. But it kind of soured me to button locks, because I felt like I tested it. I checked it out. It's the same knife that a bunch of other channels checked out. And to have that happen, it really, really bummed me out, because it's like, who do you trust? You know, how many times is appropriate to whack your knife? You know, if you whack it more than twice, are you just playing with it? Anyways, long story short, I replaced the knife with a different knife. I sent him a different knife. But it really made me feel like I couldn't trust a lot of button locks. So for that reason, I am very hesitant when it comes to button locks. And I'm also very hesitant to give any away. Just not that has ever happened on any other button lock I've ever given away, but it's just one of those things that I got a little bit of trauma after that on their behalf. Playosaurus says, Rollo, thumbs up. David Helka, thanks for being a channel member. He says, just get a hatchet, an AD 20.5. Tonto. There you go. David Helka says, the bestech lock. Plead the fifth. Lone Star Towboy says, my Kaiser Beglighter XL button lock is not much better than a slip joint. Tried every technique multiple times to fix, to no avail. Spine whack identified this problem. Yeah. So something that I do, I haven't done it on this one because this is not my knife. This is a $500 knife. I think Lefty did it though. But if you do some light taps, just some light taps, because if it's going to fail, it should fail. I guess. I mean, how long are you just sitting there like tapping the knife? Like, how hard is reasonable? I don't know. I'm going to be honest about that. I don't know what is reasonable and what is abusive. I don't know. Kevin C says at least once a week. Are you spine whacking at least once a week? Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Todd Carr says, until we start seeing more compression lock button locks, I'm staying away from the plunge style ones. I've been saying it so much. The compression lock design is no longer covered. The patent expired. Vosteed came out with the Chaos last year. or as I like to call it, the mayhem. Vosti came out with the Chaos last year, and it was a smock button style compression lock. They call it the top liner lock for obvious reasons, but it was great. It was fantastic. And that is 100% the future. I can't think of a single advantage a plunge lock design has over a button compression style. I can't think of a single one, in fact. Not a single one. And given that the legality is out of the way, why are we not having more designs like that? Nobody ever questioned the strength of a compression lock or its reliability. I hope to see more of that this year. I know that Vosteed Vosteed has several prototypes with the button style top liner lock, just like the Chaos. So I've said it a million times, they're going to be the company that is going to break out the most. If they release those knives this year, if they release those prototypes, I guarantee it, their business will explode in a positive way. Jim Miller says MC had 2 separate bestech good boys fail. Yeah. The one that I mentioned wasn't the bestech good boy. It was, in fact, the bestech lock. And you'll notice now, if you go to my channel, you will not find my review of the bestech lock. After that experience with it, I took it down. I haven't talked to bestech since. They said to test it when you get it. I tested it when I got it. I flicked it a couple hundred times. I did the spine whack test, no issue, reviewed it. Gave it away, and then it failed on someone with the first deployment. Button exploded out. How can you trust it? How could they trust it? So yeah, you won't find my review of the bestech lock anymore. I took that down. Hey, we got Craig Vincent joining in as well. Craig, it's been a minute, brother. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, man. John Blackman says, you think they would phase out slip joint knives? Hold the phone, John. Hold the phone. Let me tell you, my most carried knife in 2024 is this one. And it's because, generally speaking, my general use case scenario is totally fine on a slip joint. The cutting geometry on the TPK exclusive Hedgehog is fantastic. For cutting open packages, there's nothing quite like it. It's the Spanish tip razor design, premium materials, the walk and talk. I'll act like I know what that means. The walk and talk, you know, the springs feel nice, good ergos, very simple. It doesn't, and here's the best part about this slip joint specifically. I put it in the slip, I put the slip in my 5th pocket, and then I forget that it's there, and it's always there when I need it. Always. Is it going to be a good option for everybody? No. But for those who have light EDC needs, something like this is going to be great. And you can still carry something like, for example, this Merlot Micarta TRM Shadow, which is another one of my favorite carries. And that way, you know what? If you need good cutting geometry, you have it on both sides. You don't sacrifice the one-handed opening. You can carry it both. You can have it both ways. How about that? You sacrifice nothing to carry this. Sermon over. Kevin C., is it that good, Rollshambo? The Hedgehog? Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic, man. I promise you, like, this is hair popping sharp. The cutting geometry on here is amazing. No one sent this to me for free. No one gave this. Like, I don't have a affiliate link with traditional pocket knives at all. Like, and I'm saying this because I just, like, this is one of those knives that I bought it and I haven't put it down. And I don't regret it. It's great. It's great. Is it going to satisfy your need for, you know, like fidgeting? No. But you sacrifice nothing to carry it, you know, assuming that you what's the word I'm looking for? You sacrifice nothing to carry it, assuming that you wear jeans that have a fifth pocket. Jeez. There we go. All right. Guys. Hey, Top Dog, welcome in. He says, I've just barely made it. Hello. Top Dog, now you're going to make me feel bad because we're actually getting to the end of the live stream. I'm going to turn the music down. We are 6 minutes over. Guys, I do 1 hour live streams, and I do 1 hour live streams, you know, out of respect for the people on the East Coast that like to tune in, because I know that over there, by the time we get here, it's 11 o'clock at night. A little bit earlier for those of you on the West Coast. For those of you here in the Spyderco capital of the nation in Denver, Colorado, it's 9:06 p.m. So we are at the end of the live stream. First of all, I have to say thank you to the people who donated, the channel members who have been here for a long time, the gifted members, shout out, welcome into the new gifted members, and to absolutely everybody who supports the channel, whether you support by watching, by subscribing, by liking, everything helps. A year ago, I told everyone in a live stream that this channel is on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we just hit 6,600. When I said that, we had about 1,000 subscribers. So the growth is there. Big things are happening this year, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited that you are here along for the ride as well. So no matter how you support, whether you support, just know that I appreciate you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week. We will be live again on Saturday. So to some of you, I'll see you later. To everyone else, I'll see you soon. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody.